Hi guys, this is Adrian. It's another trip in the Canadian Rockies. Yesterday was November 13, a warm day, at least when I got to the trailhead. It was 9 degrees in the morning. When I left Calgary, it was -4, but the Chinook winds were warming up this area, and today we already have snow even in Calgary and everywhere else. I did an attempt on Diretissima line towards Nihahi Ridge, which is a ridge visible from my last trip on my attempt to Mount Remus from last week, which you can see the video here. The mountain. In order to access this road, which is a gravel road with hills up and down along it, which will be closed December 1st until June 15. From this intersection, on this road I was heading towards Mount Romulus or Remus, while for my trip on Nihahi Ridge, Nihahi Ridge North that is, because if you want to do Nihahi Ridge from the south, you gotta walk, you walk kind of, you park here and you walk all the way to here is a point to access the ridge. But the ridge from the north side, which is the highest point here, it's access from the common compression ridge and Nihahi North parking lot here. That's where I parked. You start along this valley, creek valley, a small creek. And what happened was I was eyeing for even yesterday. I was eyeing what would be a direct line to test to see if I can reach the ridge. And even previously, from weeks prior, I was having the same idea because this slope doesn't look extremely steep. However, you can see here is a wall along it that protects access. I don't know if there is a weakness in a wall. It probably is because let me tell you, when I was here, I was filming some sheep. They were here, so they traverse from here. You can see the snow, the footprints in the snow. They went up here, looking at me, and I was thinking to follow, but I said, let me try first to see how it looks from here. Maybe I can traverse along here. However, the traverse eventually was too dangerous. So, because you guessed, ran out of time, I had to go back. But was I had followed the ship tracks, I would reached above here, which I don't know if you can reach the ridge, but at least probably not. You are even higher, but it's okay. Unfortunately, I don't know if there is access from this side to reach the ridge. It might be, but I might do one day the traverse or at least some portion from Nihahi North comes this way, to see if there is any access, out of curiosity, or maybe check some photos. Anyway, I have great footage. You could see Powder Face Ridge from along my trip, from along my ascent, which is here, Powder Face Ridge. That's pretty much it, and you could see also this direction, but I don't recognize any particular names here. Jumping Power Mountain, okay. Now it makes sense. That one you could see. That's about it. But it was great. I was using, as you can see in a video, I showed ice tool, a ski pole with a ice pick, and crampons, Catola, which were all great combo to go up and down the last section, which is very steep. So yeah, please enjoy the video. This was in Kananaskis. You go towards Calgary on Highway 66 towards Black Creek, Red Meadow, Highway 1. In northwest, you turn right on a location where it goes to Cochrane here. So yeah, Kananaskis country. So like I said, from this road it goes towards Highway 66, gravel road. Kananaskis, Western Canada. Canadian Rockies. Cheers. November 13, 2025, I stopped in the middle of the Powder Face Road next to the visible Nihahi Ridge, a super long ridge that can be traversed, but very few people enjoy it. My goal today is to reach the high point, which is on the right, on the west of the ridge, which is connected to another ridge, but I'm not gonna attempt it today. But I'm also looking at interesting slopes in the forest there. I'm wondering if they can be accessed. The last section to the summit of the ridge would be maybe rocky by the look of it. Yeah, plus it's quite far from the road. I may as well continue to the parking lot, which is further. At the parking lot for the north summit of two ridges. By the way, that is the summit of Rocky Ridge, I believe. My ridge is today Nihahi Ridge and Compression Ridge on its right. Usually they're done together by many parties, but it requires a long day, which I don't have. Sun is setting like 5 o'clock or before that. It's raining a little, which is no surprise. I was expecting, based on satellite imagery I checked on a weather channel. But hopefully it won't last too long. I'm wondering if that ship is showing me the route. I'm almost at the ridge, Nihahi Ridge, but I'm going to be blocked all the way this way. There might be an option over there, I don't know. I saw some trucks, animal trucks, just behind here, 5 meters below. So I came straight up once I left the Ford trail. A little drizzling. And I'm using these tools and crampons, Catula crampon. It's steep here and snow. A little bit of grass. The sheep is still looking at me. I'm going that way. There's no point going straight up. I'm blocked. Same sheep I filmed previously, but there are several of them. And oddly enough, they did a traverse exactly here. I can see the prints, the footprints. So, which means maybe these sheep are not stupid, you know. They will know if there is an easier way higher up behind the first cliffs, below the big cliffs. But anyway, I might go there to check it out. Yeah, maybe the sheep, they just didn't bother to go. Anyway, this is a panorama from this point. Like I said, I'm using crampons and a carbon tool. As well as a ski pole with a nice peak on its top. The reason being, actually I had two ski poles, but I broke one on the way up. Maybe 100 meters down from here, it broke. So now I have to use these two items instead. Let's see, the ship is still there. Oh, he left. Okay. Yeah, I reached the wall. The ship was there, and the reason they didn't come up this way is because this traverse is much more exposed on a rocky terrain, even though it might be doable. No, not recommended. So, meaning for me will simply be the turnaround point, because I have no intention to go to the ridge, or to try to anyway, as it's late in the day. Just gonna do 180 from here. Yeah, I'm blocked by cliffs this way. But behind me, like I said, was a shipboard. It might be a possibility, but not this late in the day. This on November 13, when the sun is setting. Just before, it's gonna be dark just before 5, and even the weather, it's a little drizzle. Looks like it's snowing right now here at this elevation. At lower was, by the way, that's Calgary direction, I would imagine. But, too much fog to capture the city, or maybe, I don't know, High River, I don't know, not High River, Black Creek. But yeah, I came from that direction, driving on the road, and there is actually a loop. The road goes to Highway 68, and then you turn right north and goes to Highway 1. But I think I'm gonna go the same way I came, to the right, to the east instead of west. See, once I go down this slope, snow slope, and I get full protection to tools here. Then I will keep going to the forest until I reach the trail I came along. I think we left. The parking should be there somewhere. Okay, I gotta close because it's kinda wet. Cheers.